Today on the grid, it's Blind Photo Critique Day. It's time to crush some dreams, hear some screams, shoot some laser beams, and just generally be mean. Joining me, as always, is the real man, the can of ham. He's from Vietnam. He likes Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's the real rocket man. Erik Kuna is here. We got some news, some super cool prizes, and it all starts in just 23.8 seconds. Let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to another live episode of The Grid. It's Wednesday, it's grid time. We're glad to have you here. Guess who's here with me? The Kuna man, the can of ham. He's from Vietnam. He should be two up on the screen now.
Yep, there I am.
Go.
There I am.
There he is. Hey, Mr.
Yeah,
K.
yeah. Friends with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Friends with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Well, welcome everybody. It's going to be an awesome day. It is Blind Photo Critique Day. Erik, we have a ton of entries, a ridiculous amount of entries. I've seen some of the images, and we've got some very interesting stuff today.
How many crooked horizon lines do we have yet?
I don't know.
We'll see.
We will see. I'm not expecting a lot of crooked horizon lines, but it could happen.
Let's hope we've worked that
Stuff
issue
happens. But
it
is our hallmark. I do want to mention a couple things real quick up front. Number one, you're not going to believe this. Erik, there's no way you're going to believe this. No one's going to believe this.
All right, I'm not going to believe it.
Next week is our 500th.
Oh my gosh.
Our 500th episode. We've been doing the grid so dang long we have done. Today is episode 499. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How are we not any more successful than we are?
Know, right?
We've done 500. We should be big, but we're not.
It's because we give away too many prizes.
It is. It's too many prizes. Hey, I got to work on I got like a funky tan here. Like, can you see my arms? I'm seeing them, and I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah, that's the winter tan right there.
Yeah, that's not good. I got to work on that. Tan. Yeah, you don't need to show me. Can we set the screen closer so you don't see my stupid tan? Anyway, it's part of living in Florida. It's like 82 out today. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, but then at night it gets to 60. So you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Even when it's 82, it's not the humidity we have in summer. So it's it's beautiful. This time of year in Florida is fabulous. Why we live here. Okay, we have lots of giveaways, and Erik, tell them what they may have won.
We got a lot of giveaways today. We've got the Platypod multi-accessory kit we're going to be giving away. We also have the Lightroom Classic book by Scott Kelby, and as well we have the ebook of Scott's travel photography book that we're giving away. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of Boris Effects Optics, plugin for Photoshop that does all those cool cinematic effects. And then On One No Noise, which is the plugin if you want to wipe out that noise on your raw photos. There you go. Noise reduction, and it's super, super quick.
Super quick.
If you want to enter the contest, all you got to do is leave us a comment. Leave us a comment no matter where you're watching the show. Tell us what you'd like to win. And then also in the comments, tell us where you're from. Share it with your friends. All that good stuff. There you go.
All right. So, I have some news.
All right.
So I talked with Skip and Larry over at Platypod, right? About the Platyball. Okay, remember we launched it here, and then we hit COVID and all the things?
Yeah.
They are already shipping to the pre-orders, the people that were the first ones in, like you guys watching the grid and you order the Platyball. I'm going to make sure I get this right. They are already shipping to the first... They started shipping the Platyballs to the first 24-hour backers. So those are mostly the folks that bought it while we were live on the air here.
I have noticed that in the community. A lot of people posting about like, hey, I just got my shipping, or hey, I just got it in.
Thank goodness,
or, hey, they're sending pictures of it. So
yep, good.
They're starting to get in.
All righty. Now, they expect to be done with all the crowdfunding shipments within the next 10 to 12 weeks. So they're waiting for another shipment and another shipment. The shipments come from far away. So they're waiting on those. Now, here's the thing. Tomorrow, they're opening pre-orders for everybody else. So now that the Kickstarter's over and all that, they're opening pre-orders tomorrow. They are shippable in April, May. So shipping's now rolling again and stuff. Yep. So in April, May, they'll be shipping. So if you want to get one, you can get pre-orders. Now, here's the problem. The quantities are limited. They're only going to have 270 of the Elite model. They're going to have 100 of the Ergo model. Those are going to be sold out immediately. So if you were waiting and you're like, oh man, I should have got one. If you don't get these, you're going to be waiting some more. So go right now to platypod.com, place your pre-order. This round is going to go quick. Because everybody that's, like you said, people are getting them now and they're talking about them and stuff. They're going to be gone. So if you missed out on the Kickstarter stuff, the prices are still good. Go right now and pre-order them. Those are going to ship again in April and May. So congratulations to the folks at Platypod. That had to be, I know Larry. You guys know Larry from being on the show here, right? You know how hard it had to be on him. All the guy wants to do is create stuff. Like he wants to create great stuff.
That, I gotta wait 6 months for shipping.
Oh yeah, it was killing him. And then he has to call me, right? Because we launched it together, here on the show. And he has to call me and go, "Oh Scott, you're not going to believe this. It's delayed again." I mean, it killed Larry to do it because he really does. He genuinely. It's not his day job, right? He's a pediatric doctor. It's not his. He's not like, I need a gig to make some money. He's a doctor. But his passion is photography.
He just loves the photography. He loves making
photography,
cool products.
and he loves photographers. He really likes the whole photography, community. He really loves that, and he just wanted to put out something so great, and it just got so delayed because of the pandemic and all that stuff. But hallelujah, it's here. Go get those real quick. Okay.
And it's not like it's not happening with other products. You see that with, Canon and Nikon and Sony, they're releasing great cameras right now, but good luck getting one because it's like you got to get on that list because it's going to be another 4 to 6 weeks until the next shipping, another 4 to 6 weeks until the next shipping.
Absolutely. It was not limited to the Platypod. There's so many things you just can't get.
Yeah.
Like Drobos.
And around here, cream cheese. I'm telling you what. Go to Publix, you can't get cream cheese.
Yeah, there's also a run on pasta.
Yeah, I saw that too. That we were there.
Run on pasta. So my wife went to Amazon, started buying pasta on Amazon. Things are bad when your grocery store doesn't. You have to go to Amazon. Okay, let's move on because we have a lot to do today. So we had a ton of them. Now, Eric, here's what we got to do. You got to keep me on track because I want to try to get through. This is a big number. I'm going to try to get through 24. Oof. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we're going to try to get through 24. So let's get right into it.
All right, we got to focus.
For those of you who have, what's going on here? All right. For those of you who have not been, have watched this before, we don't say the person's name unless they put a watermark on it. There's nothing we can do. But we don't say the person's name so we can give really honest critiques. We're trying to help. We're trying to tell you things that will make your photography better. But we're also going to be honest about it because nobody is honest with you about your photography.
Yes,
so Eric and I...
And that's the key there. It's like, we're going to be honest. And if it's harsh, it's because we're just being honest. It's not that we're trying to hurt your feelings or something. Even though afterwards, a lot of people will... That's their first reaction. And then when they let it settle down, then they realize, oh, it really was. I needed to improve that.
We hear that a lot. We do hear from people that said, I was so angry with the critique you gave me.
And then they come
around.
And then
once they calm down, I realized you were right. And they'll send us redone pictures, and you're like, yeah, he nailed it. That's really, it's a great thing to see when it works. When people take it in the right way and grow from it. And a lot of people do.
It's awesome.
Let's go. Here we go.
All right.
Here's our first one. I'll just let you see all three here. I think you're 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah.
Number one, I love this shot.
That one.
This one is fantastic. That would make a great Nordstrom catalog cover. This is
you put the horizon line in the right place. You didn't put through the head.
But it's everything. You've got depth. You've got the background out of focus. She's got a great expression. This is just really nice. The colors work.
Flowing nice.
But look at the colors. The colors are so perfect and a great toning and all. This one's very nice too. The only thing I would do if I was going to nitpick it, and that's all it would be, because this is a very nice. It gets right from. You have these really bright spots here on the grass and back there. I would just darken those up. I mean,
tone those down a half stop.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, no, that's the whole thing. I want to go masking and hit a brush. We'll darken it a little bit here. Got a little ahead of myself. And just these areas over here that don't need to be bright. And I'm doing this really quickly, so don't give me points off. And maybe this area over here. It just doesn't all need to be that bright. Maybe a stroke back here. That's too dark back there. All right. But you get the idea. Just let me just show you. So you just take that heat
Yep,
off those,
taking
but
that heat
still
off.
very good, but you can make it a little better. Why
And
not?
all that does is that pulls your attention to your subject.
All right, this next one, let me just get out of the masking here. Won't let me go to the next. So this one, I like the subtlety that you did. I would darken his hat a little bit, but here's the thing. Your problem here isn't what you're doing lighting-wise or anything. He's just not a great subject. He's unattractive. He's not as interesting. If you take this exact same photograph and put it on with somebody with a face with a different kind of character, it will look a whole lot better. So photographically, you're on it. Lighting, you're on it. The right subject, and this would just shine. And nothing against him. It's not like he's not attractive or he's bad looking or anything.
It also might just be the look that he's given you too. You know, like that straight into the camera. Like if you did some kind of like.
Yeah, but Erik, his face is very round.
It is very.
A round face will not photograph as well as one with a lot of angles.
Right.
And so you get the right subject and do just what you did, and they're going to be great. But hey, this is a great way to start. This is a very good photographer. They're doing some really nice stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, really, like lighting-wise and all the techniques.
Yeah,
and all that.
You're good. You're golden
on that.
All right, this one I really like, and I'm going to tell you right before you see all three images, I love them, but I'm going to help this photographer in a huge way. Here we go. So this looks like an air-to-air, right?
Yeah.
All right, got a little air-to-air going on there. All right, so let's just talk about photographically. Photographically, money. Done. Right? It looks great. It feels great.
That one.
It's all great. Right? Let me make sure I got my brightness set right. Okay. Yeah. All right. But we can fix this in post. Here's what's missing. Here's what and the photography, I have nothing to say. You're on the money. But your photos, they're a little underexposed. That's not a big deal. But you need to sharpen, and I'm going to give you a term that we use. It's not a very nice term, so if you're offended by harsh language, turn your ears off right now. I'm going to say it. It's a thing we say. You need to sharpen the piss out of this. This photo doesn't look sharp and crisp. It doesn't look out of focus. It's not that. It's just not crisp. If you look at Larry Grace's or Moose's aviation photography, theirs are crisp. It's in focus, but that's all it looks. It looks in focus. It doesn't look sharp. If you can sharpen that,
you want that plane to like just jump out.
Yeah, it should have that. Now, so if you did nothing, let's go to develop module. If you did nothing more, let's just hit auto. See what I mean? It's a little under, even if it just hit auto. And
definitely under
I would add a little contrast and a little brighter, all right? Because that makes the water look nice too. But let's add three things: texture, clarity. Now, clarity's so great on planes because it makes metal look shiny.
Oh, yeah.
So let's add a lot of texture, half as much clarity, and then let's go sharpen the piss out of it. Woo, way up there. I'm going to lower the radius a little and crank that number. Now.
And you could even do some masking if you wanted to on this.
But look at it, the one on the left looks cloudy almost.
Well, what it looks like is the one on the left was shot with a decent camera, all that stuff, but no sharpening. That's what happens when you just take a raw file and it's just there and you really don't apply any sharpening in post. It just looks a little flat.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't do the sharpening in Lightroom. I would go over to Photoshop. I would do Smart Sharpen or a high. Can you imagine a high pass?
But even doing the sharpening in Lightroom, you can see you went from night to day.
Well, I'm going to jump over real quick. I don't want to spend too long on this, but I just want to do a real quick high pass. Just a real quick high pass, which is simply this. We duplicate the layer. We go over to Filter, Other, High pass right there. It's under the other menu, which is a weird place to put it. And then maybe a little higher. So like, I don't know, maybe 9. All right. And then change the blend mode to hard light. All right. That might be a little too much. I went too far with my thing, but it doesn't matter. It'll give you the idea of what it looks like when it's sharp. Watch. Look how unsharp it was. So that's too much. Well, you can lower the opacity, or I could do soft light. There we go.
Yeah.
Ah, that's better. I'm telling you, you sharpen these photos, you've got the photography stuff down.
Now, if you want to even take it another step, what you do is you go get this thing called Topaz
Topaz, yes,
AI.
yes. Go get the
And
plug-in.
all you're going to do at that point is go down that plugins. You're going to hit that. It's going to have an auto setting. You're going to hit apply. And like that, it's going to be sharp as sharp can be.
Yeah, and so look, by the way, so because this side of the
thing here.
plane is in shadows, it's blue, right? That's you're running auto white balance, I imagine. So you can go fix that too. Let's go and grab the brush. Let's add yellow and get rid of the blue. Because you can see the blue on the wings and in the cockpit and all that. You don't want blue.
But you could definitely tell there it's not as sharp as it should be.
It's not as crisp as it should be.
It's not that you're not nailing the focus.
Yeah, focus is on.
And it's all money. It's just that post sharpening that you're missing.
See how blue? I know, God, my yellow. I spilled it all over the place. But you see how blue the cockpit is, and how blue it's just so your stuff is just sharpening, a little bit of color balance. Same thing here. It's kind of bluish over here.
And that will always happen when you have highlights and shadows. Because the highlight side is
this is
be a
nothing this
different
photographer.
temperature.
This is not this photographer. It's
the post on it. What it is. It's the photography. It's just the post.
So the fact that one side's in blue is not on you. It's on. That's how photography is. Anyway, I love what you're doing. I love that you're doing air to air. Let's sharpen these bad boys up and just take them to that next level. All right.
Yep.
Craig has a comment there, Eric. I'm going to get set
saying,
for the next
I'm always a little wary of over sharpening because sometimes it makes it look worse. I probably don't sharpen enough. And that's where, again, that's where you go down. It is a fine line.
Yep.
But that's where it is. Like, start out lower then. Like, start out with just a little lower, but do some of it.
But Eric, can I ask you a question? How many thousands of images have we looked at on the grid? How many of them have you said it's over sharpened?
Oh, not that many.
Very, very rare.
It's usually the people that are then doing the crunchy HDR.
Right.
And
That's when they put on every effect too much.
Yeah, it's like they just went
but
to 100
sharpening,
on
just
everything.
in particular, you've seen a photo that is too sharp.
Yeah.
It is mostly the other way. All right. Let's go on to another couple quick ones real quick, and then we're going to take a short one. All right. Now, these are really interesting and really well. This is not the normal stuff that we see, which is probably why I love it.
I like it.
But I think these are very well done. Are those cool or what?
That's really neat.
Those would look good in the lobby of a hotel, framed and matted and everything, and much better than what you see in the lobby of a hotel or in a business.
Lobbies.
I mean, these are very saleable images. I think these are very nice. Just good.
It's cool.
You go. You're doing some great stuff. All right, next. All right, let's 3 images here. All right, can I start with this one? I love the depth of this photo.
Yeah.
Well, first, I love atmospheric effects. So it's already kind of got me, because I think that's very popular.
The mystery of fog. It's just a mystery of fog.
Yes, mystery. That's it adds drama and mystery to the photo. But I love the depth. It's just like you can picture being there and seeing this scene. So I really do like that one. I like this one again. You've got the reflection and the backlit. This is another atmospheric effect going on here. And in the third one, you've got the clouds surrounding the only unfortunate thing about this one is the buildings at the top there. It looks like maybe an observatory or something. It's not very pretty. It's not a pretty building. Picture this exact same scene in Tuscany with a little house with some olive.
That you can tell it's like an old world house. Yeah, just looks like an abandoned something up there.
It looks like a refinery at the top of the hill.
Yeah, it looks like an abandoned refinery.
But I love what this photographer's doing. I love, number one, that you see a pattern in their work. These all look like they were taken by the same photographer. They don't look the same. They're 3 vastly different places, but the photographer's working. I like where you're going with this atmospheric stuff and the cropping.
It might be similar place. It does look like it's up in a mountain range that does have a lot of haze and smoke and fog, and that's cool. But you're doing something that's kind of like consistent throughout the photos.
The cropping is consistent. The panning type stuff is very, very good. All right. So there's those. All right. Hey, we got to take a short break, but we have a big announcement. Big announcement.
Oh yeah.
If you're a Kelby One member, you already know because we pre-announced to Kelby One members, and we have coming up our first conference of the year, our first virtual conference. It is the Lightroom conference. The Kelby One Lightroom conference is coming up February 8th and 9th. Now, we've had, as we just learned, an astonishing number of people signed up for this. Just before we went on the air,
so excited about this.
I heard the number. We're all like,
awesome.
woo!
You do not want to miss that.
You do not. There are hundreds and hundreds of photographers already signed up for this conference.
We just released it today.
We just released it today. It's 2 tracks, 2 simultaneous tracks, 2 full days with a pre-conference workshop the day before. I'm teaching. All of your Lightroom friends and people are teaching. Everybody that's in Lightroom is there. It's going to be great. Go to kelby1live.com and reserve your spot
we
now.
We live in Lightroom, so I mean, it's definitely a great thing to know and to master.
And look who's teaching for the first time, Sean McCormick.
Yep, Sean.
Right? Sean is such a great guy. He writes for our magazine. He's been writing for years, and he's a very good instructor. He's got the greatest accent, right? He's got the greatest accent. He's just fun to listen to, but he's really good. He's really, really good at Lightroom. So we're excited to have an international guest because we've got Suze Ramilly from France, and we've got Sean McCormick. So anyway, it's going to be great. Cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited. We hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And get it while it's cheap. Don't wait till the last minute. People do, and they pay the full price. Don't be that person. Go ahead. So anyway, very excited about that. Big news.
I think they might have.
Well, they got an official trailer or something?
Yeah.
All right, they got a trailer. They're going to show it to you. So check it out, and we'll see you right after. Don't go away.
Hey everybody, Erik Kuna here, and I want to tell you about my new class over on Kelby1.com. It's about advanced Milky Way post-processing. We're going to go through all the steps you need to know, taking your image from that raw file all the way to a processed final image, right? And we're going to go through dealing with light pollution. We're going to talk about how to nail that white balance and really enhance the Milky Way and enhance the detail in your images. And then those finishing moves to create that dreamy landscape where really the Milky Way and the landscape kind of become one, and that image really pops and has that depth and dimension you want it. We're going to show you noise reduction tools to really enhance those Milky Way shots and wipe out noise. Things like Topaz denoise, On1 no noise, DxO's Deep Prime that really take that noise and just wipe it right out. The other thing we're going to do is show you tools and techniques that I use to speed up my workflow and really make it lightning fast. I'm going to show you how I do it with actions and presets and panels to get done with the image faster so you can get on to creating your next image. So come join me on the journey with my next class over on Kelby1.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey, we are back. Scott Kelby here with Erik Kuna. Hey, one thing about that Lightroom conference, I think why it's getting such incredible signups is because of all the new masking stuff, like all the new stuff.
It's so cool too.
There's so much new stuff, and there are new ways to work in Lightroom that are just really slick.
Well, and I will say, I mean, Lightroom and Photoshop, especially with Lightroom, having that masking feature in there, I don't have to go over to Photoshop. Ooh. Hardly at all.
No, it cuts your Photoshop time down. Now, I still go to Photoshop to create some magic. There's still things that won't do.
Little things, but
I'm telling you, hey, speaking
it's gone
of that,
to like a 80% to like a 95%.
I know, but Erik, I got a class that I'm recording tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's on layers, and it's called Unlocking the Power of Layers. I'm not going to show you the stuff that you can already do in Lightroom. I'm going to show you all the stuff. Like, why would you go to Photoshop? And one of the biggest reasons is layers. So I'm going to be showing you all kinds of cool layer stuff and stuff. But I got a great class put together. I'm recording it tomorrow, so it will be out fairly soon, right?
There you go.
But anyway, I'm excited about it, and cool. It is all that other stuff. But you don't have to go to Photoshop as much as you used to.
Not as much, but you still can. That's the beauty of it. You could do whatever workflow you want. But I'm telling you,
it has lowered the number of times, because I used to have to
and that select subject can come in handy, even like I was talking about last week. It's a learning tool as well. It really is, because if you hit select subject and it immediately tells you it cannot find a subject, you probably have a bad photo.
You probably have a bad photo. Want to see some good photos? I got some. Here we go. Here's some good photos right here. Check these out.
Oof.
Oof.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Love them. Oh, yeah. You're good.
All right, but
There's stuff we can fix. But
there's some stuff we can fix. However, very good. All right. So I really like this one. If I could change anything, it would be simply the crop.
Yep.
I would crop it to where it appears there's more room in front of the jet
plane
than there
than the
is
back.
behind.
Yep.
Just that right there. Everything else looks great.
And that was so easy.
Except for it could be sharper.
Right.
Sharpen it up.
It could always be sharper.
Yeah, it could be sharper. It's not out of focus, not even the least.
It's pretty sharp, though. I mean, compared to where we were.
Oh, compared to the other guys?
Yeah, compared to
yes.
the other,
this has been
got
sharpened.
The sharpening. It's got the clarity, too, because you can see that,
Yep.
like the clarity with the plane.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You know, you got all the
Just
things going
add a
on.
little more.
Little more.
Just a little more. All right. This one. This is what's great about this shot is the symmetry. It's the symmetry is just right on the money. So this is really, really nice. That's just good all over the place. This one, the jet really isn't sharp. It's kind of sharp.
Yeah, this one's
This
probably
one
the least
really
sharp.
needs that sharpening. Now, this would be something that I would go to Topaz for. Definitely, this would be a trip
Well,
to.
can you zoom in on like the? So I always check the.
That's as far as I can go.
The pilot's name is the key.
Yeah, it's just a blurry
Get
mess.
on those pilot's name if that's
Right.
and that's the hard part is if that pilot's name is not sharp and you can't read it, that you kind of lost that photo. Like
Yeah,
that's how
but it's such a
nitpicky it
cool
is.
photo, and it's not
It is a
sharp
cool
enough.
photo.
So
It's a
add some
perfect
good
moment.
sharpening. And the basic thing you could do, and this isn't going to bring back that pilot's name, unfortunately, but is to go into masking, get the brush, go down here to sharpening, and crank that
it.
sharpening up, and then paint over.
Just that.
Paint over just the words. Look at
Yeah.
the wow! Did you see the way the word Blue Angels just came out?
That is that. Paint
Oh,
over, paint sharpening
you can
over the
almost
name.
read it.
Yeah, you almost there. You
And
go.
there. Oh my gosh, that's making a bigger difference than I expected.
Yeah.
And U.S. Navy.
Navi.
Wow, that's close over the
You know,
cockpit.
one thing I will say, so all these photos, the one thing that you are nailing is like the one thing that makes people's photography stand out from other people's, and that is the peak moment of action with this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like you've got the peak moment
peak
of action.
moment- oh, yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like that jet banking
No,
in,
this person's nailing it. He or
the
she
Blue
is
Angels
on the
crossing
money.
Like that,
Yeah.
that
Money.
vapor cone there. Oh, perfect.
Vapor cone. It's the vapor cone. All right, good job. Good photographer. Just add a little more sharpening, and I think you're there. Next. Here's 3 shots. Dang, come on. This is a great photographer. Look, these are 3 super solid shots. What's going on with this thing here? Set it back to manual. Sorry. That's that famous tree out in wherever, in California somewhere. That's in California. And
Death Valley or something.
these
like
are,
that.
but you know what? These are very well crafted shots. They're shot in good light. They're not in harsh middle of the
Also,
daylight.
compositionally.
Compositionally.
Now, that first one, there is one thing that's happening with it. Of the foreground's kind of, it's like a perspective correction thing, where the foreground's kind of like bending. You see that with like the dunes, how they're like bending. It's really nitpicky, but
I don't see it.
I see it. But that's just me.
But
Just kind of bending out.
but
But it's because of the perspective.
hey, great light,
I love the perspective.
great light, interesting subject. It's all good. The only thing, if I had my druthers, I would make a longer exposure, and you
So it
could.
streaks a little bit more.
Yeah, I can do that in Photoshop.
Yeah,
You know, if you've already got a long exposure, I can make that thing 3 minutes. give me 30 seconds, and I'll make it 6 minutes. I can take that sky and make it really, really look phenomenal. But and I'm afraid that's maybe what you've done, but maybe it is a long exposure. But anyway, doesn't matter. I love what you're doing. Great stuff. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great stuff. We'll do one more real quick. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 shots of the same person. This one, first off, I think they're all really good. These are very well done. However, this one, you got to crop this thing
Yeah,
in.
the headroom.
It's
Headroom's
too
killing
much
it.
headroom, but also there's too much down here. I think what you would do is let's not do the square. let's change the aspect here, and let's go something like that. That's a really arresting image, you know, and I know that you want to capture the area that she's in. And if you want to do that, maybe you could do a little more, but we get the idea. But this is a portrait. Mm-hmm. It's about her.
Especially because it's not like the environment is totally, like you can totally see it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's still out of focus.
It's out of focus.
Right. But I think that one can be made so much stronger just by a simple crop. This one's really nice. It's a funky place to crop to. You've cropped off her fingers and stuff like that. It's a cropping issue. Let me back off a little bit. But I like the lighting and the post. It's perhaps a little heavy on the soft skin softening, which is very common. If someone's going to overdo something, it's probably skin softening. Something more like that. Actually, a little higher. You don't want to crop in a funky place, body part wise. Yeah, there we go. And we don't need to see as much of that. Something more like that is it's a more flattering crop. And when it's closer like that, though, I can see you need to back off a little on the skin softening. So, guys, can I talk about skin softening for just 1 second? She's young and does not need skin softening, but we did it anyway. Why do we soften young people's skin? It's not what you think. We soften it to smooth out the gradations of light on the face. That's why you would still do skin softening. But don't think of it as skin softening. Think of it as smoothing the gradations of light on the face.
Yeah, it's like you're just trying to like even things out, not trying to make it look like plastic or porcelain.
Right, but you've gone so far that it's starting to look plastic and porcelain. So the idea of doing the smoothing is good from a make your lighting better situation. But you went so far that it looks like she needed skin softening, and you just got to back it off. But still, I like what you're doing photographically. This is my least favorite for all kinds of reasons. And I think you had a great opportunity with this. Number one, blue doesn't make anybody look good. It's very hard to put a blue cast on something. Yeah. And literally, if you want to make someone look dead.
Definitely.
If you want to make someone look dead on CSI.
Or green. Yeah, blue
or green are not colors that are flattering. So that's number one. Number two is her expression. It's not a good expression. Now, you can make a serious expression and make it interesting. She just looks kind of like.
Well, plus versus the other ones where the lighting was soft and wrapping and stuff.
Yeah.
That one, her hands lit up. I mean, it's just the nature of.
Yeah, her hand looks very large too. Look at the size of that hand.
Yeah, because it's
and her hand's not that big. We saw her hand in other photos. Yeah, this one, skip this one. Just don't even.
Or if you're going to do it, you just got to work it harder.
Work it harder, but that hand is an issue.
Yeah, well, it's always you have it closer to the camera, and it looks like it's a wider angle.
It's a big hand. Look at the size of that hand. She's palming a basketball size hand. That's not the size of her hand because we saw her hands in the previous one. So it's close to the camera. You're using a wide angle. Yeah. I think there's a lot of possibilities there, but like. It's kind of everything is wrong. The color's wrong. I don't know. The black and white blue tint doesn't work. Her hand's too big. It's a bad expression. There's light behind it. It's just scrap this one. Go try it again.
Yeah, try it again.
Yeah, just try it again.
And then sculpt the light.
The other ones are great. The other ones are terrific. All right, let's take a short one. Coming up next, more blind critiques here on the grid. Don't go away.
The Platypod heads, the Ergo, the Elite. When Larry posted these on the Go fundraiser pages, the earth shook. Why? We have a revolution in ball heads. What's different? Well, he turned it upside down. Literally, the post that we would normally mount our camera to is now on the bottom. Yeah, on the bottom, instead of the top. So now when it comes to working this head, you don't have to worry about a lot of things like leveling the bottom of the ball head like you're used to. There's no small knobs. You got a bottom button that you push on to unlock it. You have a top button to lock it. Seriously, it's that simple. You just grab it with one hand and click the bottom one, and you can move that head anywhere you want. Click the top one-handed again, lock it into place, and you're golden. Now, this simple operation allows you to work in such a way that you can create a panel or move that head and not worry about leveling the ball head or the tripod. This is essential. This is great stuff. Now, I've got on here, you might be wondering about weight, the D6 and 18400. That's way over the 22-pound limit that this thing is supposed to hold. But you notice I just click, it's not even rigid, and it's holding in place. Now, what about that panel mode? Well, that has got all these markings for 360 degrees, smooth as silk for doing a pano or for panning that lens. It's a simplistic system that works really, really well. Now you have a simple collar, you push the button and rotate it, and that's how you work the locking jaws for the Arca Swiss plate. Click, turn, lock into place. Click, unlock, lock into place. And without any issues, and if I wasn't trying to film a video, you could do it with one hand. That's the beauty of the Plataball. It's this one-hand operation. And you can see I haven't locked it down tight, and it's holding all that weight wherever I let go of that unit. That's the beauty of it. Now, when it comes to locking the pano action, you've got this knob on the side, right there, and you just simply tighten it. You can either tighten the panning action or lock it down tight, whatever you want to do. It's simple. And I hope you notice that it's just one-hand operation. There's no small ball, little knobs, no nothing anywhere. It's clean, it's light, and for ball heads, it's relatively inexpensive. And I just love this thing. Got to get used to it. Don't go out in the field first time. No. You need to practice because it's all new muscle memory. Bottom button unlock, top button lock. The Elite is just like the Ergo, but we have a built-in level, which I love for my aviation work, either on the Platypod or the small ground pod. You can tilt it, not needing the vertical or the virtual horizon inside the viewfinder. It gives you a more area to look, and you can level it instantly, even in the dark. I love this thing. And the head covers, then you have a compartment to hold spare batteries for the Elite if you need them. The Plataball, folks, it's a new revolution. It's a new day. Check it out.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
How's it even possible? Hey, we're back. Well, there's a demo. There's a complete demo. Hey, did you notice? I'm not the only one that noticed this. At the very end, they showed two Platyballs side by side. The one on the left was in focus and over sharpened, and the one on the right was out of focus, and they're side by side. Somebody explain that.
Happen? That was
How do you even do that?
Seriously shallow depth of field.
That's you're shooting at f1.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have some quick shout outs.
We got people joining us all over the place. We got Ken joined us from the ATL saying hi. And then we got Kirsten joining us from Northern Illinois. We got Karan from Dubai, all the way from Dubai. Then we got Gary S. joining us from Illinois. We got Jack K. from Princeton, New Jersey. Karen from Indianapolis. Michael from Cape Cod. Turgay all the way from Zambia joining us in. And then we got Mike from Fort Lauderdale. Carolyn from Quebec. And then we got Malcolm from New York City. And George all the way from London, UK. And we got people all over the place. So we got, and then we have a question there coming from Alec asking, why high pass rather than smart sharpen?
They look different. The sharpening looks different. I think high pass when I see something that's visibly out of focus. Like if I'm like, ooh, it's out of focus. Like smart sharpen I use to take something that's sharp and make it sharper. High pass is, ooh, this is a little soft. It's like uber sharpening. So just they have a different look. If you put those two of them side by side, they have a different look.
So would you say, like, if you feel like the photo is just really soft, you would go
high pass.
High pass. If you feel like it just needs a little oomph,
smart sharpen.
Smart sharpen.
All right. Hey, did we go over the prizes? Yes?
Yes, we did.
Did we tell them how to enter?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. This next one is very surprising. All right. Now, this is just a snapshot. It's maybe your kid holding a kitty. It's nice.
It's a properly exposed photo.
It's a properly exposed snapshot that you want to have to
Like a memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
But sit back for the next 2 shots. I wish they'd said in 3 of what you're about to see because they're so well done. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Man, those are on the money.
Yes.
Those are so nice. We see so many bird on a twig shots.
And those are hard.
Those are art.
hard.
These are beautiful.
Those
Why did
birds on
you
the
send
twig.
in this photo?
Yeah.
Do you only have 2? This is it. I shot 2 birds. But it's like the background is look at the background being so out of focus.
You have like even to a gradation of the back, like you have
Yes.
the depth and dimension between. You've got the foreground where the bird's popping,
Then
and that
out of
branch is
focus
popping,
branch.
and then a little bit out of focus of the
then
branch,
a
and then
lot
a little
out-
bit out of focus, and then totally blown out. Like
And they're
perfect.
so clean. They're so clean. It's just really, these are so good. Now, if I had to nitpick, and it would take a little bit of Photoshop, but I think you're really good at Photoshop, I would leave those little twigs and I would pull these back right off the bird. I would have them all
You're
stop.
trying to like separate them. Yeah.
I would have them all stop just a little bit before the bird. But these are so good. I want to see a third one.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, I see. I thought the same thing, but then you kind of think, well, it's natural. I don't know.
Forget the natural. Let's make
I don't
art.
know. It is like you definitely if you cleaned up that background around that one.
If you're not shooting for the Audubon Society magazine, you go fix that.
Just clean it up, and if you clean it up, nobody will know.
Birder Monthly. All right. Anyway, great. Wow. And I don't understand this. Okay. Let's move on.
Those birds are those little ones. They're erratic. They're small. You know,
They're erratic.
they go all over the place. They're always going.
All right. Take a look at these. Man, today is good photography day on the grid. So this is wonderful. But guys, the lighting is subtle. The cropping is so great because you get a nice intimate portrait and your subject is great. But your subjects are giving you so much. These are such great, innocent, sweet, they're just such nice photos. I mean, what a beautiful portrait. It looks like a window light.
It's natural light. It's definitely natural.
These are terrific. And I love the beret. It's very French.
I mean, you could. I mean,
Right.
the cheek is the brightest part. I mean, you could maybe brighten up the eye a little bit, but I mean, it's not terrible.
No, I'm
I mean,
okay with
again,
it.
you're getting into nitpicky at that point.
And look, there's just a little bit of light on the hand. It's like, now there's this little bit of dark light back there, but, it almost works like a halo. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite for a couple of reasons. You have split lighting. If you'd have had
the
her
last
look.
two, when you see the last two and then you see this one.
Yeah, this one, it's out of
because this one
character.
looks like the behind the scenes of the other one.
Yes. It looks like the behind the scenes shot. So it's too big, right? So let's
crop in.
Let's come in, but you may not want to lose that other wall. So you might want to go this way and then in a little this way. But still, if you had her turn and you got a little hit of light on her cheek, so more of a Rembrandt kind of look there, I think it would be a stronger picture. Now, you could say I was going for that moody split lighting effect, and if that's what you're going for, but I think there was a better picture buried right there where you are. But these two are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And I think the color works so great in these. Now, these would look fine in black and white, right? That looks fine in black and white. That looks fine in black and white.
I love that middle one there, yeah.
That one looks real nice in black and white.
I love that, yeah.
But
I actually really like that light coming in like that, like you talk about that, like a halo behind her head.
yeah, it's actually, usually would, but it's
you
kind of
try
like.
to avoid that. But
Anyway, but you're doing such great stuff, so please take that in the right vein.
Mm-hmm.
You're way up there. This is just getting those looks and stuff are really very, very hard to do. All right. Got a little food photography,
hungry.
and it's not good. Oh,
No, especially
gosh.
it's just not the last
Wait.
one is not appetizing at all.
Let's just start here. The
Yes.
plate's blue.
The plate is
It's
blue.
blue.
All you gotta do is
I
go to the
see this
develop.
so often in food photography.
Hit the white balance tool.
Let me get it. Blue. Are you kidding me?
It's +10.
Look at how blue.
16. I can't see.
Look at how blue that was. That was the first thing. When I see all 3 photos, they look
because
unappetizing.
it makes the avocado look blue. It makes everything look blue, you know.
The other thing is the composition here. I want to see the outside edge of the plate in this. Like, I know what you're doing. You're getting in close, but I would like to see, like, the edge of the, like, look, there's a tiny little sliver, but you don't even see it. I think the whole thing could be brighter, punchier, and cropped a lot better.
Well,
but
the food styling's throwing me off too with like I don't know if there's a beets or something and how they like
I don't
break the pattern there, and it's like then
Yeah,
the one on the end is bigger than the one on the
Yeah,
you're going
these-
like smaller
these
than
two
the one on the
should swap.
end. Yeah, they should swap.
If you're going to do that, yeah. And
But
I
that's
would
when
rather.
you have to get into those little details if
Yeah.
you're doing this stuff.
All right,
where
that
you
one's got to
have
go. Hey,
you
look,
have to-
another blue shot. You know what looks bad in food? People look bad blue.
Blue.
Food looks bad blue. So first off, let's go fix the
grab
blue.
it.
Look
Boom.
at that.
That's bad.
Come
That's like
on.
40. That's plus 40 something.
Come on, sheeple.
I mean, and that's what. Yeah, I mean, at least now what's on the right looks more appetizing, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Really that appetizing.
It's you know what? It's not a particularly appetizing thing. What is this? Some kind of an onion?
I think that's a leek.
And then
believe
this
that's
up
a
here doesn't look very nice. And there's this big
fennel?
gap of nothingness.
Fennel or leek?
The whole thing does not. Now, I'm sure that when you were there, it looked yummy.
Yeah.
You're not getting it looking yummy at all in pictures. And so we got to work on that. And then, hey, it's blue. And it's not a very
But
good.
it just looks like half eaten. It doesn't.
Yes, it looks like
half eaten.
I got halfway through it and said, hey, I should
yeah,
take a picture.
take a picture of this.
Oh, God. Look, right, let's
It
hit
really
this.
is. It's the post processing of the white balance, a big one, and then it is having the food plated
Trying to find the right
to be
color.
appetizing.
Just a little more yellow.
It's not the camera settings or the f-stop or the focus points.
Yeah, but this is three. It's three. You have 3 distinct problems. Number 1, your food styling is very bad.
styling, yeah.
Number 2 is your food isn't. There are certain foods that
look good.
photograph really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
None of them are on your plate,
No.
and so you have a composition problem, you have a subject problem, and you have a
And a
really
white
bad
balance.
color white balance
balance.
problem.
Yeah.
So look, here's what you need to do. So when I do my workshops, I have a workshop coming up in Prague in May, right? Generally, I don't know if I will do it this time because so many people that are in my Prague workshop have been at my other workshops. But one of the things that I do is I schedule a food shoot during the class. Like we're up in the
Yeah,
classroom, we're
especially
learning
because
stuff.
you guys you're going travel photography. You're going to cities that like the food is amazing.
Right.
Like,
And
yeah.
so what we do is my co-instructor Mimo will go to a great local chef. He will look at their food and say, I need this dessert and I need that thing. And we tell them, we need to plate it for photography. And then now the class doesn't know this is happening. And then we all go downstairs and go, we're doing a shoot downstairs. We go into a courtyard. We've got great light. We've got everything set up. And I go through, here are the techniques for composing food photography and stuff like that. You need all of that. Now, look, we got classes on Kelby 1 on food photography. We got killer classes on food photography. I mean, awesome. We've got the food photography. But you know going into this what your problems are.
Yes.
Better looking food, shot in better light. Because look, your light's kind of all over the place too. It's
And the other thing is, because I've been on shoots with you before with this, like we can even have it sometimes where the chef will prepare stuff and you tell them to prepare it to be, and it still won't look good. And you have to style it.
yeah, and you have to
yourself.
style it yourself. But
You have to take the next step and style it.
what is this green stick coming in? You took the ugly stick from the other one. It's
Yeah,
stuck.
that's what it looks
Okay,
like.
you
It's not
you got some work
it's
to
not a
do.
good garnish.
But it's weird. Eric's right. It's not. You don't know how to use your gear. It's not like your settings are bad, or your exposure's bad, or your sharpness isn't good. And you put a knife in the
And it
background.
usually
That's
is
kind of
this.
good.
It's the other stuff with the photography than it is the settings.
Yeah,
and the gear.
because when I look at this thing and I see that knife and I see that meat, I think something bad happened.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it either looks like something bad happened or you're halfway through the meal, like you said. That's what it looked like to me. Like you're halfway through and you're like, maybe I should take a picture of this.
Woo! That's some. Okay, here we go. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
This one I just think is the victim of a crop, but it's saying it's still pretty good. Why do I have proof preview on? Hang on. My soft proofing preview came on. It's not like soft proofing isn't useless enough. Okay. That's better.
Definitely better.
And you might clean it up a little bit. Like you see
You
this
can
little
take that
stick.
one branch in the back. Yeah, that one.
That one
go.
there, it isn't helping anything. I'm not sure that this leaf is or this leaf, but anyway, that's not bad. And it's sharp. It's nice and sharp and crisp. And like Erik says, it's got layers. You have this sharp bird.
Sharp,
This
then
is a little out of focus.
and
That's
then
more out of focus.
and then
That's
more.
out of focus. It might be a tad overexposed. That's down a quarter of a stop.
I like that.
But anyway, I think it's very nicely done. Same thing with this one. This one's nice and tight like you want it.
Yes, but what about that first one?
What?
Whoa,
Well, no, I don't think this is as bad as you think. I think it's the victim of a cropping issue.
It could help with the crop.
Because the
definitely
dead trees over here are drawing my eye because they are brighter than the, what is this, elk?
Yeah.
Something. It's an
or
animal in the wild.
Or a deer. with
Could be.
Antlers. I don't know. Not a hunter. Not a wild. Not that into the.
You still got ugly tree over here. But
Yeah, it's a
but
deer.
and maybe drop the highlights a little too.
Usually, getting in tighter is always a better thing. Usually.
Yeah. What do they say? Want to improve your photography? Get closer. Take
Get
two steps
closer.
forward. So anyway, you're really onto something
Yeah, and
with
then
the
you
birds.
definitely have to take out that dead
All right.
tree back
All right, let me see how far we are in our thing. Ooh, we're at number 12.
We
That's
gotta
only
rock-
halfway
rock
there.
And roll.
Uh-oh.
We gotta rock and roll.
We're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit.
All right.
Coming up next, we've got prizes are coming up, and we've got more images, and we might be here a few extra minutes, so stick around.
Guys, Adobe just announced, I'm not kidding, a groundbreaking update to Lightroom and Camera Raw, and it's across all the Lightrooms, whether it's classic or cloud or mobile or whatever. Crazy stuff that they did with the masking. Amazing, wonderful changes, everything, because they took some of the AI stuff and the machine learning stuff and the amazing, crazy Photoshop stuff, and they put it in Lightroom. And guys, I'm telling you, this is game-changing, mind-blowing, crazy stuff. You're going to be able to work faster and more efficiently and do things you never thought you would do in Lightroom. They have done an amazing job with this. I'm telling you, this is absolutely awesome. And I put together a class, and it's a short class. It's not a big long one. It's a short one. And when you're done with this class, you're going to totally get it. You're going to know it all, and you're going to be able to apply it to your work right away. It's going to change your game. You're going to love it. You're going to have a blast with it. And I cover it all in my brand new class. So come check out my brand new class on all the cool new Lightroom masking features over at kelby1.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod. the world's most compact tripod base.
Hey, we're back. We're doing live photo critiques, and we're trying to get through as many of them today as we can, so let's go. All right. You're about to see something very interesting.
Oof. That is nice.
That is absolutely killer.
Because you know what the thing, too, is? That's a toy.
It is a toy. It's a toy, right? And you'll know why in a minute here. But, we had Dave the Beer Maker on the show the other week. He's a toy photographer, and his stuff is great, and this is right up there.
I mean, this is
not Dave.
Well, what's funny about this is I bet they took they created that pattern in the background that matches the pattern in Star Wars.
This is fantastic.
And that's probably backlit through a light.
Right. But I just saw all three images, and we're seeing far and away the best one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is how I knew it wasn't Dave, is the next one. This is so well done. Just perfect.
Perfect.
This looks like a toy.
That does.
I don't know why, but that looks like, I look at that and I go, oh, you got a toy. The idea behind these is to make them not, like that does not look like a toy.
That does not.
This looks like a toy. Now, if you posted this on social, I'm sure people will go, hey, that's really cool. It looks great.
It is cool. But
it doesn't have any feeling of scale.
Is it because it's it feels like it's pasted on there, that it doesn't have some shadowy depth or dimension?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because you don't see any ground. You have no idea if this thing is 3 inches long or 30 feet long because there's nothing for scale.
Yeah.
This needs something for scale because it looks like a toy. It also looks very plasticky. Look at the toy itself. It looks plasticky. So
it's not
bad.
Good. It's just that's what it's missing.
It's missing scale.
Some depth and dimension.
This does not look like a toy. Where'd it go? This is obviously a toy. Great laser beam, great lightsaber. But the face is very,
Well, you know what? It's also, I think they were going for, this is Empire Strikes Back, if I'm correct. Yes, they're going for that look. And the thing is, you don't see anything behind him to give, again, the scale. He's not in an environment. He's not in an environment.
The face looks very fake. It's obviously,
Well, that is hard with toys, though.
I know.
That is very hard with toys.
I know. That's why you got to get really good toys.
Yeah.
So that's a really good.
That's money.
That is money. That looks. If you said this is
that would be like a frame from the movie.
Frame from the movie, I wouldn't blink an eye. So this, you're doing great work. So I don't want to take it away from you because
we're gonna start nitpicking, but that one is money.
So this is
the one
a 10.
to enter. That's the one to
this
enter
is
in the
7.
contest.
This is a 5.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is like the technique with the lightsaber
10.
and lighting it up. All that stuff's good. It's just that might be a suspect of the toy just looks very toy plasticky.
Yeah, I don't know, but. Can I say this?
Not bad.
All that aside, all the nitpicking aside, I love what this photographer's doing. I love people that are doing this toy photography stuff. I really love it. I've convinced my son to do one with me with Gundam.
Oh, I did. It's neat. I love it.
But I got to make sure it looks really good. So
yeah,
it's a work in progress.
That's
anyway,
a hard one.
But congratulations. This is a very skilled Photoshop person. They're a good photographer. They're good at this. Sometimes we say it comes down to subject. I think with this one and this one, it's down to the subject.
Because that Darth Maul one is perfect.
It's on the money. I love the background and all. This one is just the toy looks so fake that it's hard to buy into. Because what it is you buy into this being real.
It's hard when a toy is a straight human face.
Yeah, I know.
Darth Maul, it's got all that makeup and there's horns coming out. That's not but when it's a human face, it's that robot thing of if you make a human, you try that. It's the Polar Express is a perfect example.
Oh,
you know how the Polar Express looks?
Yeah, it looks
creepy.
Creepy.
Right? Because it's they're trying to get close to a real face, but you just can't. That's there with that. It looks kind of creepy because it's it's fake.
It's all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll on because we don't have much time. All right. I'm going to tell you before you see these. Don't even show them yet. I absolutely love what you're about to see.
Okay.
Here we go.
That's neat.
Those are just fantastic.
I love the first one. it looks like it has a look. It looks like something else. I know it's a flower, but it looks like these three like bob hair, you know, like that.
Oh, it was like the ad for hairspray.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's so cool about it, is it looks like something else, even though I know it's something else.
This is my favorite of the three, but I mean, you know what
they're
it
all
is?
good.
The lighting is so perfect, and the backgrounds are so crisp. And like I talk to people about getting beautiful flowers, like. Don't just get any flower, get a beautiful flower. Look at these. And look at this interesting arrangement.
Just a neat look with that high key light behind it. Oof.
Oh, these are so, I mean, I got nothing but love. These are just
And
fantastic.
you still got all that detail.
These are so commercial. I would buy a calendar with these. I mean, this is like, these are wonderful.
Yeah, that would be great for a calendar. That
Can you imagine this printed on metal? Printed on metal? Oh.
Just pop.
Anyway, congratulations, whoever that is.
And you're doing things in the odd numbers when you did the threes.
Yes, in odd numbers.
If that was just
very
two,
smart.
it wouldn't work.
Nope. We love odd numbers. Hold on a second. Let me find out where we are. Here we are. All right. Let me close the side thing. Here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3.
How do you feel about that negative or that positive vignette? Huh?
Okay, well, I'll just tell you, in general, in the photography community, white vignette equals death. It's going to kill your photo.
It is.
Now, you could say it is semi-appropriate for a maternity photo, but I wouldn't do it. There are amazing maternity photos out there that do not have a white vignette. So
just don't do it.
Just in general, you would lose the white vignette. I think what could really help this photo a lot is you have a messy, bright background. Putting the background way out of focus and doing a longer exposure or something, I think you were focused on throwing the dress and not focused on the background.
The other thing, I could tell just by your metadata, you're focused on something, and that is you wanted to use a wide-angle lens to capture the environment when that is not what you do for a portrait.
Get back far.
Yeah.
If you want to capture
like
environment,
200 like way back and doing that. And
go back 10 more feet and zoom
you're
in.
At 15 millimeters. And,
yeah, because here's what I would ask you. You shot this at f3.5. Why?
Everything's in focus.
Everything's in focus. That's the problem with I always tell people that's the gotcha with a wide angle lens.
Yeah.
Like unless you're shooting weddings, you don't need to buy a 2.4 lens.
You're crippling yourself in that you're using a wide angle lens to do that shoot.
Yeah. Go back 10 feet, zoom in, put the background out of focus. It's an entirely different photo, and you could still get the rocks. It would still be obvious, all that stuff. But
Joe McNally can make it work, but not many people can.
Yeah, Joe McNally is a magical unicorn. All right, next. So the same problem you have here and here. You've over softened their face. There's not a pore on her face. It is just one solid block of plastic.
I thought that was a toy. Just kidding.
It's not a toy.
I'm sorry.
Not a toy, Eric. Dude, that is way, way over softened. Way over softened.
Definitely.
Now, her chest area, her décolletage is actually where that is. Her décolletage, Eric. Her décolletage is about right. And then it goes super soft.
Now, if we're going to like first photo to second photo, you've made a big improvement.
Yeah. This is way better than that, but this needs some work.
You're at 60-some millimeters now.
Let's talk about the good things.
Yeah,
what's good in this photo?
Focus background.
Backlit. It's backlit.
Yes.
That's good. The lighting on the face is okay. It's not great. It's a kind of...
But at least you got some lighting. You
right.
got lighting there,
right.
and
but
you've got
look,
separation.
Here's what my problem is. Look in her eyes. The photo should be, that highlight should be up here.
Yeah,
what that's telling you is it's
down.
not far enough over and it's not high enough because her shadows are very subtle. It looks like to me, show me the camera here. It looks like you're shooting here and your light's right here.
Yeah, like you're just holding it right here.
Your light needs to be way over there and up higher.
It's almost like you're shooting and just holding the flash over here.
Yeah. So also, and there's not much you could have done about this, but her white, I don't know if it's a tube top. I don't know what you would call it. Her white piece of clothing there is way too bright. And if I had seen that on the set, I would do you have anything else? Do you have a red? Do you have something else? I generally tell people not to bring white or black. Don't bring white, bring black, bring solid colors, to the shoot. Anyway, and because look, her pants are gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just fading off, and you can't tell they're. Yeah, I gotcha.
And this is more of that kind of flat look lighting. Now you've got a second light, looks like coming over here, but you're missing the shadows and the depth and dimension that make a portrait.
You know what I call this is like the safety portrait. This is just it's light, it's separation, there's a background, it's just a
it looks actually very old school.
Yeah, it's a safe old.
It's got a very
you're just gonna line them up. It's like the graduation pictures. It's just like you're gonna line them up and just boom, boom,
next,
boom, boom, next.
All right. So I think what we need to do is you're using lighting and you're going in the right direction, but we need to work on that lighting. And what I would say to you is, it's your shadows. You don't have enough of them. Shadows are what create the depth and dimension and stuff. And we're trying to, we want one side brighter and one side maybe, going off to a darker, especially with a man. You could have had one side of his face bright. So here's what I would have done to light him. I would have done this. I would have used a very large softbox to create a soft main light. But I would position it to where it goes bright and then goes kind of off to shadows. And then I would have that second light, maybe with a strip bank or something, so it's a little harder and more directed, coming in over here. So you have bright, shadowy, bright, super bright. Soft, shadowy, bright.
Yep.
And it's a very popular recipe is the word I'm looking for. It's a very popular recipe. You apply that to him, then we can work on the posing, which needs work too. Because it looks like a straight up high school senior portrait.
Yep.
So you got a little work to do, but
it works for some people.
You don't know how to run your camera or anything like that. Mm-hmm. This one is the best one by far, and I like this middle one. Can we see that? By far. And let's see. Let's focus on this one. And back off your post. You're just way too soft on the skin. And so easy to do, right? Most people are not sharpening enough, but everybody's over softening the skin. All right.
Yes.
Let's roll on. We don't have much time. We have no time. We're already over. All right. We're gonna have to really speed it up.
Yeah, we're trying to help.
Here we go. I know. I want to help.
Trying to help.
I really do like this one. The barn's blue, but it looks okay. Nice. Room for the bird to move. It's sharp. Background's out of focus. Really like this one. That's really
my favorite.
That's really interesting. That's a very interesting kind of creepy shot. Would make a great movie poster. That's my favorite.
The only thing, it's weird. I know you had to do it at a certain point to cut off the top and the bottom reflection of the tree. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's my favorite of all of them.
I might get rid of these two little bad boys.
Definitely isolate it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my favorite. This is okay, but it's a bird. And I do really like this one, but it looks crooked. Is it me, Eric?
Yeah, it's definitely it. Well, that whole area of the country is kind of crooked. I believe that's a Mabry Miller, or it's one of those up there in the.
Maybe more like that ish. And then take it over to Photoshop. Duplicate the layer. Convert the image to lab color. Go to apply image.
We're going to make it like Uberfall, huh?
We're going to change the blend mode to overlay and the blending, and the channel to B. That's fall. Now we lower the opacity and dial in the amount of fall. A little more fall.
25. 32.
It could probably go a little lower. I think Eric's right. Let's fall that bad boy up.
Fall it up.
If we're going to fall, let's do it.
Yeah,
Now,
own it. Own fall.
what you might consider, just real quick. Oh, I got to go back to RGB. What you might consider, it might look bad. Let's go here to Color Mixer. Click on this little targeted adjustment tool. Go and drag out that blue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to do a little bit on the reflection as well.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the blue's a little too much.
It's just a little bit off.
Yeah, I took too much off.
Yeah, just take a little bit less than that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, still a nice photo, and I want to congratulate you for being able to use trees and stuff at the top, and it still looks okay. It's very hard. Most people don't pull that off. You did it, and that's phenomenal.
All right.
All right. Rolling on. These are interesting. I like that they're like geometric patterns.
Yeah, patterns like, yeah.
These are very interesting. This is my least favorite only because I think
Do you think if you came in without the black?
that's what I was going to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to do. I was going to get the crop tool
Yeah.
and see if I can come in and make it match the others as far as
And
having
then
a
have
geometric
like a consistent look. Yeah. I think that might be stronger with the grouping. Because
Yeah.
now it's like a consistent.
Anyway, I
kind of
like these.
theme.
I think whoever the photographer is, they're onto something there, and that's good. I love seeing people
geometric
developing.
patterns always,
Yeah.
they look cool.
All
And then if you can find a break in the pattern too.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I like that
so
one.
so I love where you're going. I think what you need to do to take this to the next level is I think everything's a little overlit for that look. Now the least overlit one is this one.
Yeah.
But that's kind of bright. That's pretty bright. But I really like this. I like this
don't
style. I
mind
love
it
this
as
style.
much, yeah.
This style wins a lot of contests and stuff. It's overlit.
That
But-
one there is my least. This is the least.
Yeah,
favorite.
but I wonder. This won't be as easy as just lowering because it's also a little harsh at the same time. I'm wondering if we can find a sweet spot for this.
Yeah, you're just backing off. Excuse me.
So that's not. But you see what I mean when I say it's
Yeah,
overlit?
you're just backing it off.
I need to bring up the whites a little bit here. But I love where you're going. You're going in a great thing. Just keep working this.
I definitely like how you've lit it more, like just focusing those dramatic highlights. Yeah, where they're not overblown, but they're more subtle. Or they're
Yeah, I'm trying to find to make everything look a little softer. And so it needs an Orton effect or something to just take the heat off it. But I really like it. I really like it. But also, it is very hard to try to capture the entire building. I think if you had focused on a portion of this building, that you might actually have a stronger photo just by going into that's an arbitrary crop. So don't hold that against me. But I think there are places where you could have cropped this where it could have been, it's not, oh gosh, it's getting worse. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I love where you're going. I love what you're trying to do. I'm super digging it. I'm super digging you. Let's roll on. We don't have much time. Got to get the blue out of the eagle. All right. So these are good. These are all good. I like your New York shot. I think it's too bright. This seems like it needs to go darker as for the exposure and then bring up the whites. Maybe not that dark. And maybe a little shadows. It just seemed a little, but it's not bad. That's just being
Yeah,
nitpicky.
that happens a lot of times for night shots.
Now this, you need to do that same thing. Go to HSL color, get the target adjustment tool and say, I don't want my eagle to be blue. There you go. So that was look how much blue there was in that eagle.
Yeah, it's because the eagle's in shadow.
Because the eagle's in shadows.
Yep.
Exactly right.
That's
All
it.
right. And then it seems like you want me to look at the motorcycle, but I'm looking at the hotel sign and the fireworks.
A hotel sign.
The fireworks also look added.
They definitely look added.
They look super
I would be
added.
very surprised that those. I mean, if those are real, because look at the street. There's like this big, heavy, like darkening to the street lights.
Yeah.
On the right there. Like,
But
really.
Eagle Shot's money just needs that. I like your New York shot, and I like that you're trying to do nighttime stuff for that stuff. So
it's not bad.
none of it's bad. So don't take it wrong. It's just a little more tweaking and you're there. But you're on the right path. All right, let's look at what we have here. We love aviation photography. Okay, this one looks like you did sky replacement, but you did not replace the sky inside the cockpit.
And that's what I was gonna say. The reason you can tell it's a sky
Instant
replacement
death.
is the cockpit.
All right,
And it's a dead giveaway.
yeah, it's a dead giveaway. And if you're going to replace the sky, you might look at that.
There's also another dead giveaway with the prop blur and stuff. It's really hard.
Yeah.
the sky
So
replacements.
pick an area with the magic wand tool. Go get your rubber stamp. Go over into this sky and paint it into that area. Then get the magic wand again.
Yeah, you gotta keep
Click
on
the
doing
next
it.
area. Actually, do this right, click it and then expand it by 1 pixel. Go modify, expand by 1 pixel. So you don't have a little like halo or anything. Paint that in. See where I'm going with this?
And it's gonna keep
in a
on
minute or
doing
two, it would look right.
until the sky is replaced.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to do something about that prop blur too. But let's see where we were with the other ones. That's pretty nice. A little close to the wing here. I think I would expand that. So what you can do is go over here to Photo Slop. Go to canvas size. There's a bunch of ways to do it. You can do it with a crop tool too. Add 1 inch to the right side. Select it with the magic wand tool. Expand, same place, by 4 pixels is the magic number. Then go fill with content aware. Done.
Boom.
And that gives a little breath. Doesn't feel like it's in there too tight. I think you could probably sharpen this a little bit too. Let's just sharpen it with a smart sharpen while we're here. Maybe not 300%.
Oof, that's gonna be a little heavy.
Wow, this thing's moving slow. Look at that. What's going on?
Yeah.
Dude, what's going on with Smart Sharpen? Yeah, let me see if you can see a difference here. Yeah. Look at the Nazi
especially in the writing on
symbols.
the plane.
I undid way too many. Hold on. All right, here we go. Why isn't that working? Anyway, it could use a little more sharpening.
It definitely helped.
Okay. And lastly, you had this shot. This is the victim of a boring plane. It's what, a Bonanza?
It's a boring plane without enough prop blur.
And a
I don't
blackened.
think it's just a plane.
Yeah, this doesn't belong with the other ones. One of these is not like the other.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Mean, that's the one thing though, is if you got to slow it down at shutter speed to blur that prop
All right,
more.
let's look at the next one. All right, this is just extremely over-processed.
Yeah, see, that was when we were talking about earlier. Is usually if like you see too sharpen or something, it's like just over processed. That's just over processed.
Yeah,
You
and
can tell all the edges too have these like white rims around them.
yeah, it's just way over-processed. It's an okay shot. I like that you've got this and this leading to the boat, but I think that I would have to move my body to get that boat more centered, or cheat in Photoshop and move the boat over. This is just kind of you got a glow around the bird. from too much overprocessing.
Yeah.
Too much. It's overprocessed. This one's.
It's my favorite of them.
This is probably the best one because there's nothing.
Not too
It's
much.
not too overprocessed.
Not too overprocessed.
But as Erik will tell you, 2 boats does not make a good shot.
No.
3 boats, 5 boats, 1 boat, 2.
Yeah, because you have 2, and then you have 2 more. So now you have 2. You know,
Bad
it's
and
all
bad.
2,
Yeah,
4.
this would be a lot stronger if you had just this 1 boat. Imagine if you just had with this 1 boat. Imagine if there was a program that would let us do that. All right.
Well, yes.
All right. That did a poor job, but I'm not done. All right. Get rid of these boats. That's a sloppy job, and get rid of this distracting thing here. It serves no purpose in your photo.
You don't need the buoy.
You got a much stronger
Yeah,
shot
it's
there.
definitely much stronger.
Much stronger. So that's it. A little bit of work to do, but you're getting there. Not bad. Not bad. No bad shots. No, it's not composition. More interesting subjects do help.
I think. And
All right.
Pulling back
we only
on
have
the post on the.
we only have
couple-
4 more. We are gonna do our prizes. So let's do the prizes. We'll do the
Yep.
4 more, and we're out.
So we got prizes. We got Dale Bales is winning the Platypod accessory kit. Then we got Gibson winning the Boris Effects optics. Then we have Karan Sharma winning the On One No Noise. And then we got Cindy Christie winning the travel photography book, and also says greetings from Idaho, where there's lots of cream cheese at the local grocery store when we were shopping
cream
last week. So, yeah,
cheese.
wish it was down here. Cream cheese, and Idaho mashed potatoes is great. So there you go. And then
Okay.
Blake Morgan is saying finally got the nerve, submitted photos for critiques, and would love to win the Lightroom Classic book. So if you won, just email us over at gridprize@.
Wait, he won the classic book, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So
right.
if you want, just email us over on gridprize@kelby1.com. We'll verify your information, then send you out your prize.
All right. We have 4 more to go. Let's go.
All right.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like it.
There's only one issue you got to deal with is the hot spot on his face, on his forehead. We got classes that show you how to get rid of hot spots. The hot spots got to go because you've just got this bright, sweaty looking area. I might even go in with a brush and just make his face a quarter of a stop brighter, just right in here. But I like the toning. I like what you've done. It's probably a little crunchy, a little too much clarity, I think, maybe. But still, not bad. Not bad. This is lovely. Too much headroom, but lovely. Let's get rid of that headroom. There you go.
I really like that, though.
That's lovely. That's just lovely lighting and just lovely. And this last one, I'm not loving this.
Not compared to the others.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like these two, you really got a nice use of light, and it's soft. And this one's the light looks very hard.
When the light is aimed like lower, it needs to be aimed a little higher.
You've got split lighting, which is fine for a movie poster. This might make a detective book cover. You know, but it's overly bright. I'm not super digging it. I'm not digging the composition. I'm not digging the lighting. It's not striking the chord that these two did.
Yeah, do more of those.
Do more of that. Yes. All right, let's roll on. Take a look at these 3. Those are very nice. I like that they're all panos, and they're probably just single images cropped to panos, maybe not. Yeah. But I like that. You know what it is, though? This is going to sound funky, but they all seem too crisp. Like a little bit of Orton effect. It's called the Orton, O-R-T-O-N effect, where you add kind of a soft glow to your images. I think all 3 of these would be served. I'll do you a fake one.
Effect with
lower texture,
like a selective
lower
sharpening
clarity,
really does well.
lower dehaze. That's too much. That's way too much. I've got crazy with the thing. But see if you can see a before and after. just kind of take the edge off.
Yeah, it's just very crunchy.
DxO in their Nick collection has I think it's called Soft Glow. It's in the Nick collection in the Color Effects Pro. I think it's called Soft Glow, and it is on one. Luminar has it. On One Effects has it. On One Effects has a beautiful. If you've got On One Effects, a beautiful soft glow.
Yeah.
So they've got it. Just all of these seems like that would be. And this is, look how nice this is. I think because my eye is drawn to the sky, what you might do here is a quick linear gradient to darken that sky up some, so I'm not so drawn up there.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Makes your sky look better too, just more interesting.
And now you're drawn to the white, the church.
Yeah.
Instead of the sky.
So that one little move there, look at the difference. It balances the tones in the image, right?
And it went from I'm looking at the bright sky to I'm looking
Don't
at
look at the
white
church. Yeah. And the last one here. This is my least favorite because there's not an obvious subject. Like this one has a very obvious. You got the. This is too bright though. Can I fix those highlights?
The other thing is the last one has that atmospheric, like fog, haze. There's not enough layers for it to really work in the last one.
Got to brighten up this house a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, soften them up. And just balance the light. And this is another balanced light problem, but if I darken the sky, it's just going to be dark gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're really onto something with these. And this one, I think you can probably go back to this town again, shoot it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad, though. Good stuff. I like where you're going. You know what? That's been a constant good thing about today's critiques. You see a lot of people working on series. Like, it doesn't look like 3 different photographers took their stuff.
Yeah,
like they're working on a series. They're developing their own look and their own style and their own type of cropping and all that. This has been one of the best as far as quality goes of people turning in images. All right. This looks like a experiment you did with your photo club. It looks cool.
Looks cool.
That's okay. B's out of focus, so I absolutely love this.
That.
I absolutely love this.
It's a one lamp.
This is fine art.
If there was 2 in there.
There's 2 in there that are.
Well, what happened if you put 2 in there is it would look like a shot for like Zillow.
Yeah. This.
Like somebody's home.
This is beautiful. The simplicity and the color tone and the shadows. I mean, there's just something special about the simplicity of this wonderful photo.
Yeah.
I like You've got a gift for seeing that.
Yes.
Explore that gift. Explore the space.
Yeah, definitely do more of that.
Last one of the day. And I believe I saw this when I was bringing them in. I believe it's the same place, shot 3 different times a year. Because it looks like the same view.
It's definitely been cooked.
All right, and that's the thing. This is so overprocessed.
It's cooked.
It's cooked. So can I tell you what to do?
There's so much cooked too.
Erik, tell them something real quick, and I'm going to go find a photo, and we're going to overcook it, and I'm going to show you how to fix it.
Well, that's what, I think this is definitely something that we all suffer from. A thing with that is like, you have to almost like, if you're suffering from that, you have to start by backing off about 30 to 50%, because that'll be like a good starting point, is to just back off 30 to 50% of all your edits, because there's something you're seeing in the processing that's just way too far for it to be like, it's just overcooked. I don't know how to put it.
It's overcooked.
Yeah, I think it's great that they call it a raw file, because if you overcook it, you just made it well done. I mean, the steak's much better medium rare, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So you want to kind of back it off a little bit, get that medium rare, and you're going well done, butterfly, just burnt on the grill.
All
That's
right.
what you're going for.
Okay, so you can look at my screen now. I'm going to hit an auto on here. This is not a great shot. I just had to grab something that was handy. All right. So we have our photo, and I'm going to take it to Photoshop. I'm going to duplicate the layer, and I'm going to go, where is it? Under the image menu, HDR toning. We're going to go to HDR toning. Sure, flatten it. What do I care? Hold on. Before I flatten it, select all and copy. Okay. We're going to flatten it. It's already flattened. Okay. Where was that? HDR toning. Go apply some crazy
I've seen those photos.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the one I want to use. Hold on. You know, every photo is different. Hang on. I'm trying to get one that kind of looked like what they had, but these might be all too bright. Hold on. Yowzer. That's getting close.
Yeah, that was closer. Yeah.
All right, so we'll just leave it at this one. So you've overcooked your image. It's cooked. It's baked.
This is baked.
Paste the original back on and lower the opacity to bring back a little of what you liked from the other one, but stop before you get to overcooked.
Yeah, I mean
that's still a little overcooked.
20%, like take it down to like 80.
Yeah, like 80. So you have a little of the juice. So you're sending in photos that are not quite this.
Yeah, just juice it up a
But
little.
bring the original back. Just paste it back on top when you're done. The original. And then that slider becomes your amount slider of how cooked it is.
Yeah.
And at 100%, it's not cooked at all. At 0, it's fully cooked. So this becomes undo on a slider. So you can say, I want a little of that crispiness and crunchiness.
Yeah, maybe 75, 76.
But it stop there. But what you're doing is going, I'm going to go to 50. Like yours are kind of really more like that.
24.
like twice as much. It's like,
yeah.
So that's an easy way if you think you're doing too much. Your sky shouldn't look like rain clouds.
That's what I was saying. It's like if you're getting that feedback, take it down like 30 to 50% from where you are.
Yeah,
and that's be your good starting point for like getting back to what like we are seeing.
See, that's way even at 25%, I'm still cringing a little. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, you get the idea. All right. So we've gone a half an hour over.
Wow.
But we hit 24 images today, which is like probably a record for us.
That is a record.
All right. So thank you for everybody that submitted. And remember, if we told you got to work on this, you got to work on that, we're just trying to help you down the road. We're just trying to push you a little further on, and we're trying to give you advice that'll make the next time you send in your images that much better. We've had such great success with people who take this stuff to heart, go reshoot the images, send them in again, and you can see it. And that's it. Of course, for Eric and I, that's very exciting. We love to see that.
That's what we love. I mean, that's the thing. That's what we do. What we do.
Yeah, we want to see people get better in their photography. That's our whole gig. So, anyway, thank you.
Or you could be that person that writes in and tells us how we're so wrong.
Oh, and we didn't understand.
And then 3 months later, you write back and say, "Oh, I actually ended up doing it. And now I'm winning awards." You can send us.
Blah, blah, blah. We're used to getting the notes that defend and why your bad photo is really better than we thought.
Okay.
We're very used to those. But if you have to send in a letter to defend your photo, maybe it wasn't that great. Just saying. Everybody stay safe out there. It's time for me to head out into the streets of Tampa. Yeah. So I will see you guys next week.
Hey, I'm going to be chatting with the community tomorrow. We got a community live tomorrow night.
Oh, are you on community live? I've done it. It's great.
I'm doing a community live tomorrow.
All right. So you don't have to wear a mask when you're at your house.
No, I do not.
All right, everybody. We will see you guys next time, next week. 500th episode right here on The Grid. Take care, everybody.